Okay, I'll buy it. I'll buy it, GM. I will. What's up, fellas? So, anyways, I come across a news article today. I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, it made me think a little bit, I'll say. But, anyways, they came in and let's just add it. Let's just add it in. I forgot to set it up. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry here. Let's do this. Boom. Is it big? Is it big? No, it is not. There we go. So the GM came up with, isn't it strange that the flagship GM engines don't have a prominent brand? So, anyways, I'm just gonna read this one little chunk here, a couple sentences, and the rest of the article it just goes on to um, pretty much marketing. It says brand identity has long played a pivotal role on how automakers connect with consumers, especially when it comes to engines. Names like Hemi, Powerstroke, and Cummins immediately elicit a response from buyers. And that's why it seems particularly odd that GM doesn't have a strong, recognizable brand attached to its flagship gasoline V8 engines. Okay. So, anyways, it goes on. It says Turbo Max is going to be the new 2.7, and it's carving out a name for itself. And it goes on to talk about the L87, and that's kind of my thing. Meanwhile, General Motors small block V8s are identified only by displacement badges, 5.3 liter and 6.2, a method that may speak some enthusiasts, but don't inspire much in terms of broader brand recognition. And I'm just going to say this: they did it to themselves. And I'm not pointing the finger back at them, but I'm just saying, it's just like the LT7. You call it Gemini, that's going to make a name for itself. I'm not sure if Gemini is the simple 5.5 flat plane displacement or if it's just the LT7. I'm not sure, but I mean, as time goes on and that car starts making a name for itself at the track, people are going to catch on and on and on. We talked about this in our live streams a lot. Uh, they did it with like the LT1. They had an LT1 in a Camaro LT1, but they also had a Camaro lower trim that was called a 1LT. Like, not everything's a RPO code, man. I was talking to Scott Setmore on Kennel over there at Kilmore Garage, and I was asking him, because you hear rumors like WS6 is it, the wide suspension 6 pieces? Because when you ordered WS6 packages, that's all it was. It was 2 sway bars, and now you got a hood, and you got some shocks, and 2 sway bars. But anyways, it caught on. I heard it from Jay Leno, and you know, I know that Jay Leno has pretty big. He's got a pretty big pull in the automotive world. So I was just like, shit, maybe he's got some insider info that we don't. So, anyways, I brought it up. Nope, it's just RPO code, WS6, everything, ZL1 RPO code. Everything's just RPO code. So, I mean, I think it's up to them to give it a name. I don't think that's our Yeah, I don't think that that's our responsibility, or I don't even think that that's yeah, it's on them. So stop being the world's most boring company. Stop making everything an RPO code, and yeah, actually put some creativity and thought, because that's why Dodge is smoking us. Because even like the paint names, everything. You know what I'm saying? The crate motors, Elephant. It's not da 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 like a alpha number, whatever. I'm just using for example, but I think it's pretty easy, and I think it's pretty awesome. I know that the Sea Corvette, the Gemini or the LT6 and 7, they said that that engine was going to be bespoke to that car. So I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool. But anyways, I think that if they actually came out with a name and attached it to the Camaro ZL1 or the Camaro Z28 SS or whatever, said submodel of car, I think that would help out a ton. So you guys tell me what you think. I'm out. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are freaking awesome. Really appreciate every one of you. Like, subscribe on the way out, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.